This is the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping the show on October the 4th, 2013. Our time is 8:43 in the morning Mountain. Our radio show on your favorite radio stations as well. Archived on Harold's websites, HESradio.com, RareColoredDiamonds.com. We have a podcast through iTunes. Our radio show is portable. We go anywhere you do. Go to iTunes, type in World Financial Report on radio. Harold does daily market commentary on his website. You can find it on the podcast site as well. The company Harold recommends you use when it comes to investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium, worldwide precious metals. Their website, wwpmc.com, telephone number 1-866-623-2002. Bank depositors lost 47.5% of their money in Cyprus. The question is, could a bail-in happen in Canada? And Worldwide Precious Metals invites you to an exclusive free seminar. A seminar like this, normally $500 to $1,000, but it's free. And what they have done is a qualified, certified accountant has gone and taken a look at the Canadian banks, their financials, countries around the world. He's taken a look at their situation, and he's going to tell you about the shocking truth of the Canadian banking system on Tuesday, October 22nd, 6 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn by the airport. You can register for this eye-opening free financial seminar, 1-866-623-2002 or wwpmc.com. They're going to be in Toronto October 21st through the 23rd. Worldwide Precious Metals will be offering free private information sessions at that time. You can connect with them on their website or by calling the toll-free number and book a free private information session with them. It was a very interesting week on the financial markets. In fact, one of the stranger weeks we've had putting the newsletter together. The information was very, very slow, and I think not only was the U.S. government in shutdown, but the information flow was in shutdown on some level. People weren't too sure what to make of the entire situation. But yes, the U.S. government is shut down because they do not have a budget. The next big battle, the debt ceiling. The debt ceiling, they're running out of money October the 17th. Obamacare went into effect. There was a TV station that could not find one person that was successful in signing up. And normally on a Friday, we would have the jobs report out of the United States. No jobs report due to the fact that the government is shut down. ADP, a private company, they took a look at the jobs numbers as they do. They were very weak. So one would think that the jobs numbers this morning out of the United States would have been very, very poor. Harold, I want to read this story before we get to you. The Treasury warns a default could be worse than the Great Recession. The U.S. Treasury Department is warning that the economy could plunge into a downturn worse than the Great Recession if Congress fails to raise the federal borrowing limit and the country defaults on its debt obligations. A default could cause the nation's credit markets to freeze, the value of the dollar to plummet, and U.S. interest rates to skyrocket, according to the Treasury report released yesterday. Treasury officials hope by laying out potential consequences, they will be able to bring pressure on Congress to act. The Treasury Secretary, Jack Lew, has said that he will have used up all the extraordinary measures to avoid breaching the debt ceiling by October the 17th. After that, the government will have around $30 billion in cash on hand. The report looked at the disruptions caused to the financial markets during a similar standoff between the administration and Congress over the raising of the debt limit. That then made projections about what would occur if that actually did happen. There was a default. In August 2011, Congress eventually raised the nation's borrowing limit before a default occurred, but only after a protracted debate. The policies that nearly led to a default prompted S&P to cut the United States credit rating by a notch. And Harold, that's where we find ourselves. They have not had a budget in the United States for many years. It's a continuing resolution to fund the government. The debt ceiling needs to be raised. And obviously, if they do it, more than likely they need to do a big number because they don't want to have to be fighting about this every year. Maybe they'll buy themselves a couple of years as they did last time. But Obamacare has turned out to be an absolute mess. You have the government shutdown, the debt ceiling issue. It's just a very chaotic time on the financial markets.
You certainly are 100% right, Randy. And again, it's extremely confusing because the first day that the government shut down, the Dow Jones actually went up. So again, everyone's sitting here scratching their head saying, what is happening with these markets? Because the markets that should be responding aren't, and markets that are responding the wrong way. So, as we're taping the show today, gold is down 430. It's at 1313, and but the fact is that gold should be up substantially. In my opinion, gold should be sitting right now at about 1,600. It's sitting at 1313, and that's primarily because the dollar is below 80 cents. There's a direct correlation between the U.S. dollar and gold. There always has been. When the U.S. dollar is strong like it was in the 90s, gold was at $250. There's no need really to invest in gold with a very strong U.S. dollar and a very strong U.S. economy. But it's the exact opposite now. The U.S. dollar has fallen below that benchmark price of 80 cents, which is an extremely heavy support level. And as the dollar continues to weaken and weaken, gold should be going higher and higher. There's no reason at this particular point that gold should be down today. I mean, it's only 4:30 and the day isn't. It's only down $4.30 in the morning, and the day certainly isn't over yet. But the markets are just not responding the way that it should. And again, how frightening is it to think, Randy, that the U.S. government is shut down? They haven't had a budget since in 6 years since President Obama has been in there. It's been a total disaster since he's been the president. Nothing positive is happening. Again, I'm not dissing on the guy at all. He's done everything that he possibly can. He just is not qualified for the job. And the fact is that everything that he's tried to do to bring the economy back, especially after 2008, just isn't working. By putting all these trillions of dollars back into the market that they borrowed to try to get back the economy back on track, just isn't working. And if they stop putting money in, then the markets are going to fall, so they're afraid to do that. But if they keep on putting money in, it just increases the debt, and we all know that there's no way in the world that they're going to solve this problem by incurring more debt. The problem is they can't pay their debts, and there's not enough money coming into the country to pay the debts. What the Republicans want to see is that the government, works within its realm, that this is how much money comes in from tax revenue, and that's how much we can spend. But at this point here, we can't even pay our debts. And that's a frightening thing because owing China all this money and Japan all this money, is not a good situation because the U.S. is very weak right now, and obviously these stronger countries, not that Japan is that strong, but can certainly take advantage. So, again, the markets are all over the place this week. As the dollar continues to fall, gold should be skyrocketing at this price. And again, judging by what happened in 2011, the real reason why gold and silver dropped was primarily because it was forced down. It was obvious. The exchanges where gold and silver is traded in New York, they raised the margin requirements, the cost of trading gold and silver several times in 1 week. They raised it 5 times pretty well every single day that week, and they made it so expensive to trade that even the hedge funds, backed away from gold, and that's why gold backed off. It went from 1,900 all the way down to 11 and change, and it was forced down. There's no reason that they should have raised the margin requirements. They've never done that for corn or oil or anything like that, so why would they do it just for gold and silver at that particular point? So when in 2011, when gold hit its high of 1920, the U.S. dollar was sitting at 72.5 cents. Now we're at 79 cents, 79 and change, and gold is trading at 1,300. According to my calculations, gold should be trading right now at about $1,600, and as we get closer to that 72.5 cent level in the dollar, we really should see gold explode and go very, very close to 2,000. I don't think there's any doubt at this point here that we're going to continue to see the U.S. dollar drop. Because they're going to have to continue to print money. And we all know that by printing money, it reduces the value of that currency. So, right now the world is a mess. It's a frightening thing to think that almost every day that you wake up, that something different is happening, and all of it, seems to be feeding off of negativity. So, again, at this particular point, we really got to keep our heads about us because these are dangerous times, and one wrong move can hurt you financially. As we're taping the show here on Friday, gold is down $4.30. It's trading at $13.40. It should be up today. The silver market is down 2 cents on the day, trading at $21.78. Platinum is up $15 at $1,390 even, and the palladium market is down $5 at $702. The Dow Jones is up 46 points today. Go figure. Again, to me, I'm scratching my head over that. You've got over 1 million people that have been let go from the U.S. government. Over 1 million people. It's coming close to the holidays. They have no money. They're not getting paid, and nobody knows how long this is going to go on for. So the bottom line is, when you got 1 million people out of work and petrified about their job, they're not spending money. The retail sales are going to be down. People just aren't feeling comfortable at this point here because, again, the U.S. government is shut down. It's an unbelievable thing to even say, but it's the truth. You've got, again, the Dow Jones up 39 points right now. That doesn't mean that it'll stay up for the day, but it's up right now 39 points at 15,035. NASDAQ up 23 points at 37.97. The Toronto Stock Exchange up 33 points at 12,768. The U.S. dollar's up 19 points at 79.95. And you've got the Nikkei down 132 points at 14,024. Oil's been strong the last 2 days. It's up another 85 cents at 104.16. And the reason that oil is rallying right now is that there's a potential hurricane coming into the Gulf of Mexico. So basically, you've got all these situations going on at one time. It's a concerning situation, obviously. And the most concerning of all, believe it or not, is not that the government is shut down at this point here, even though I feel terrible for the people that aren't working. The real problem is going to be in less than 2 weeks. What's going to happen if they don't raise the debt ceiling? So by not raising the debt ceiling, it's going to, first of all, cause the U.S. to lose their credit rating, but number two, they won't be able to pay their debts. And by not paying their debts, that's just going to bring on a whole slew of new problems. So, again, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I would find it next to impossible to believe that they won't agree to raise the debt ceiling because, again, it would spiral the U.S. economy into the doldrums. And, again, I just don't see that that's productive for the U.S. at this particular point. So, again, Randy, there's so much going on at this point, and it's not only in the United States. Obviously, the big news that the U.S. government is closed down and the debt ceiling is coming up in less than 2 weeks. But again, the whole world is in trouble at this point. There's numbers coming out of Europe that are frightening. And again, at this time, it's a matter of just being conservative, holding on to the type of assets. I know at this point that we've been talking about gold and silver, and the last 2 years, gold and silver have not produced. And we're scratching our head as to why it isn't. There's shortages in the gold and silver market physically. There are countries like China that are buying every ounce of gold that becomes available. So, and the physical market in gold is extremely strong. People are buying up all the physicals. So again, it just doesn't make sense. When the physical demand for a commodity is extremely high and the supplies are extremely low, that is normally a recipe for extremely higher prices, but for whatever reason, the gold and silver markets are not rallying at this point. Myself personally, I've not sold my physical gold and silver. It's a hedge against these problems that are going to be coming forward again, and I still am a firm believer that we are going to see gold break above 2,000 and go to 3,500 to 5,000. I still believe that silver will be a $100 metal or higher. So again, at this point, that's why we say to own the physical metal, because you can withstand these types of ups and downs in the markets. I don't see any way that the U.S. dollar is going to rally, not at this particular point. And again, eventually, it's going to go low enough that it's going to push the silver market higher and higher. Again, I'm a firm believer that we need to own the type of assets at this time that are going to protect us moving forward against ultimate inflation, which comes from a weak currency and all the other situations that are happening worldwide at this point. So, again, Randy, it's a very confusing time for a lot of people. I've received many emails this week as to why gold would not rally and why the stock market isn't plummeting. And again, at this point here, all that I can point towards is the fact that the markets are trying to keep the markets somewhat stable because these situations of the government shutting down and the upcoming situation in 2 weeks with the debt ceiling are horrific situations that could just send the entire U.S. economy into a spiral downwards. And again, a recession is definitely in the cards if this continues.
During the week, we saw one big down day for gold and silver, and we saw one big major up day as well. I think people are just waiting to see how this plays out. Some blame the Democrats, some blame the Republicans. The truth is, they're both to blame. They need to get into the same room and negotiate some sort of deal. But you need an insurance policy in your portfolio. Your financial portfolio needs insurance. That insurance is gold and silver. There's only one company Harold recommends you use when it comes to investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium. Worldwide Precious Metals out of Vancouver, British Columbia, leading Canadian precious metals bullion dealer, recommended by Harold for over 10 years. They're the experts to trust and work with in this very specialized market. Start your own precious metals investment account today. All gold is allocated, either wholesale or premium, and if you want to know what that means, speak with them. Worldwide is there to help you maximize profit, minimize the risk. You will have instant liquidity in and out of the market with just a phone call. 24/7 online access. The metal can be stored on your behalf, insured to the full value of your investment. Ask about domestic or foreign storage and premium storage in specific coin and bar form. Stored metal is outside the banking system. The metal can be delivered to your door as well. Worldwide has access to the physical precious metals you want. Their website, www.pmc.com, telephone number 1-866-623-2002, 1-866-623-2002, www.pmc.com is their website. And do not forget, they have that free seminar in Toronto, October 22nd. It's the shocking truth about the Canadian banking system. And they have an accountant who has spent hundreds of hours going through the books of the Canadian banks, and you will be shocked at the truth that he has found. A seminar like this is free, but normally would cost hundreds of dollars, $500 to $1,000. It's October 22nd, 6 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn near the airport. Register by calling 1-866-623-2002 or www.pmc.com. They're going to be in Toronto October 21st through the 23rd, and they're offering free private information sessions on investing in the ultimate hard currency, gold and silver. Book your free session by giving them a call or going online. One of our top stories in the newsletter this week, and you can get our newsletter from Worldwide. We'll send it out to you via email free of charge every week. It's the companion to our radio show. It is a must-read. Greg Hunter, formerly of CNN, interviewed David Morgan, who is a silver expert, and he said massive debt problems were getting very close to the edge. David Morgan says, you cannot print yourself out of this mess that we are in. We have a massive debt problem, and the only solution they can come up with is add to the debt. That will not fix the problem. Morgan goes on to say the solution is the money will become worthless and worth less and nearly worth less at some point in time. Anyone who thinks this can go on for another decade, think again. We're getting very close to the edge. There's a limit as to how much money you can print and still have an effect. We've reached the limit. I do not see hyperinflation. I see more disruption or currency crises. You don't have to have hyperinflation to have a currency crisis. Even though Morgan doesn't see hyperinflation, he contends gold and silver will head much higher. He sees the true price of gold right now between $5,000 to $7,000 an ounce and silver at $100 per ounce. Although depending on what ratio you use, silver could be much higher based on those numbers. Morgan says, I think there's going to be a day in the future that you just can't get it when he's talking about physical precious metals. The only monetary asset outside the counterparty risk is physical gold and silver. Get our free weekly newsletter. Speak with Worldwide Precious Metals about starting your own precious metals investment account today. The telephone number 1-866-623-2002. The website www.pmc.com, www.pmc.com. And Harold, the truth of the matter is, this is sort of the calm before the storm, and we have about 3 minutes left in our segment here. The calm before the storm, because truthfully, they may not raise the debt ceiling or get it done in time. And that at that point, we don't know what will happen.
That's 100% true. But I would find it almost impossible to believe that they wouldn't raise the debt ceiling because, again, the ramifications from that are so extreme that it would just be so detrimental to any type of recovery for the United States at that point. They'd be falling into a spiral down. So I think that they are going to do it at the last minute type of thing. But again, I don't know how much they're going to do and how the markets are going to respond to it. But I would find it almost impossible to believe that they would be that stupid not to raise the debt ceiling and put the U.S. out of business. It makes no sense.
Connect with Worldwide Precious Metals. They're going to be in Toronto. Book for their free seminar about the shocking truth about the Canadian banking system. Call them 1-866-623-2002, the website wwpmc.com. John Ing was quoted this week as saying, "We already have a government shutdown in the United States, but the real serious discussions about the debt ceiling are still to come. Both sides are digging in their heels, and I'm afraid that this game of chicken is going to have a more dramatic implication for the U.S. dollar, which in my opinion is still headed down. In fact, the U.S. dollar can go significantly lower from here. I wouldn't be surprised to see the U.S. dollar index quickly hit the next level of support at 76. Of course, that would have a positive effect on gold. You will see a scramble for gold in this environment, and I believe that is going to be a catalyst for gold ultimately reaching new highs." He went on to say, "Our view is that we have limited supplies of physical gold and a decline in mine output. There is simply not enough gold to satisfy demand. Already central bank purchases have caused tightness in the gold market. America's flood of dollars will only fuel higher gold prices. Gold will continue to rise as long as the U.S. budget is in deficit. Washington remains dysfunctional, and U.S. President Barack Obama is in the White House. We thus believe the bull market is only half over." Harold, with about a minute left, I agree with you. I think they will eventually get something done. They have to get something done. The economy, the numbers that have been coming out here in the last little while have been very, very weak. They can't really add any more problems to the mix.
You're right. It's this inward fighting between the Republicans and the Democrats at this point, and there doesn't seem to be any give either way. So again, as far as the government being shut down, that can go on for a while. It's really not going to cause any major effects. I just feel bad, obviously, for the people that are unemployed. But the debt ceiling is a totally different situation. And again, if they don't rectify that, the U.S. is out of business, can't pay their debts, and then, very negative things happen. So I do believe they will take care of that. But as far as the government operating properly, it hasn't operated properly for 6 years, and there's no budget, so it's almost a joke.
Speak with Worldwide Precious Metals. Get that insurance policy in your portfolio today. wwpmc.com, telephone number 1-866-623-2002. Come back and talk about an auction that Harold is having. hsfineauctions.com as the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall, continues right after this. Welcome back to the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping the show on October the 4th, 2013. Our time is 9:11 Mountain. Radio show runs on your favorite radio stations, also archived on Harold's websites, hesradio.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. Harold does daily market commentary on those sites as well. We have a podcast through iTunes. Type in World Financial Report on Radio. Our radio show is portable on any of your devices through iTunes. The daily market commentary is there as well. Harold recommends one company when it comes to investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium. A great Canadian company in business for well over 10 years, Worldwide Precious Metals. And they're the experts to trust and work with in this very specialized market. Connect with them, wwpmc.com, telephone number 1-866-623-2002. Learn more about starting your own precious metals investment account today. And remember, in this environment, you need that insurance policy in your portfolio. If you live in Toronto, they have a free seminar, something like this worth hundreds of dollars, $500 to $1,000, but it's a free seminar about the shocking truth in the Canadian banking system. Tuesday, October 22nd, 6 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn. Register now for this eye-opening financial seminar, 1-866-623-2002, or sign up online at wwpmc.com. They also are going to be in Toronto for a little bit, October 21 through the 23rd, and they're offering free private information sessions on investing in the ultimate hard currency, gold and silver. You can book your free private information session through the website or by giving them a call. Harold's website is rarecoloreddiamonds.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, and it has been a very exciting time for diamonds. Last week we had that big monster pink that they think could sell for $60 million. There's a blue out there that's going to sell for a large amount of money, a huge white diamond. All of those things are going to be coming up to auction in the days and weeks ahead. We can't wait. Our featured diamond of the week is a 2.30 carat hard cut, fancy yellow, internally flawless. And this hard cut is absolutely stunning. Harold was on Bloomberg. He was on the television show Money Moves on Bloomberg with Deirdre Bolton. We have a video of that if you'd like to watch it. He's going to be back on Bloomberg on October the 18th. Now, keep in mind, you do not have to get the Bloomberg channel to be able to watch Bloomberg. You can watch it on your computer, your smartphone. You can watch it on pretty much any device through Bloomberg.com. And we will let you know the exact time that Harold is going to be on, but it's October the 18th. And the reason Harold is going to be there, Harold, you have an auction coming up, H. Siegel Fine Auctions, Monday, October 21st, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. And we have a press release that was sent out and was picked up by many news sources. And we have a catalog as well that we put in the newsletter. And one of the items that really catches my attention, and it was a huge, huge seller last time, is Oprah Winfrey's Argyle Pink Diamond Necklace. Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
I certainly will. It is beautiful. In 2011, Oprah Winfrey took 100 women to Australia, and one of the things they did there was visit the famous Argyle mine. And Oprah Winfrey gave each one of these women a magnificent Argyle pink diamond necklace in the shape of an O for Oprah. They're spectacular. We were very fortunate to get one of them a couple of years ago from one of the women that were there that actually needed to sell. And we actually sold her piece for her, and it had done extremely well. I was very fortunate to not only get one more of the pink diamond necklaces, the Argyle Oprah pink diamond necklace, but I've also got, which is almost impossible to get, is the matching earrings. So she made only a few of these, and basically we have the magnificent Argyle pink diamond necklace, Oprah's pink diamond necklace, in the shape of an O for Oprah, and we've got the matching earrings, and that's never been auctioned before. So it's really an amazing piece. In fact, the auction coming up on October 21st is just loaded with amazing pieces. We have an 18-carat white gold Tiffany diamond ring. It's absolutely beautiful with 3 diamonds. There's actually 6 diamonds on it, 3 on each side. Just look at the video. Also, Picasso's daughter, Paloma Picasso, made a Tiffany diamond ring. It's magnificent, and it's a signed piece, and she's the daughter of Pablo Picasso. That piece is going up second. The third piece that's going up is a platinum Tiffany diamond pendant. All you have to do is look at the video, and you're going to want this. It's magnificent. Anything to do with Tiffany or Cartier or Elizabeth Taylor or Oprah, everything like that is just in tremendous demand, and that's why we're bringing these pieces to you, and you'll be able to participate in the auction and get these at amazing prices. The Oprah Winfrey pink diamond necklace and earrings are coming up, and we're selling them separately, at least offering them separately, but it wouldn't surprise me that the same bidder will win both pieces because, again, they're extremely rare and almost impossible to get. There's also a platinum Tiffany diamond necklace with over 1.5 carats of magnificent diamonds set in platinum. There's a Tiffany platinum diamond ring. It's almost 3/4 of a carat. It's a princess cut, which is one of the rarest cuts. It's an F color, which is sensational, and it's internally flawless. Look at the GI report on that, look at the video, and then realize that this is not only an internally flawless princess cut diamond ring, but it's also in a Tiffany setting. And again, anybody who knows about Tiffany knows how valuable these pieces are. Then we're going to start to auction off some unbelievable argyle pieces. Some of them are in jewelry, some of them are in loose pieces. There's a .18 carat princess cut, again, a very rare cut, fancy intense pink argyle diamond ring. It's magnificent. Just look at the GI report and video on that. On top of that, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loose, beautiful argyle pink diamonds. Argyle pink diamonds are amongst the best investment diamonds in the world today. Not only do they increase by about 15 to 20% a year and even more on the higher colors, but because the mine is going to close down soon, these diamonds can skyrocket in price. We anticipate that the price of these diamonds will be anywhere from 5 to 10 times what today's prices are. So in the world we live in now, which is loaded with such uncertainty, with governments going bankrupt and currency problems and all these things going on, to own a diamond is so beautiful. They're portable private wealth. They never decline in value. You could literally invest in a diamond on our auction coming up on October the 21st, enjoy it for the next 8 to 10 years, and then give it back to us and let us sell it for you at a huge profit. And that's what we do. That's why we built H. Siegel Fine Auctions. There's also a 51 point, which is considered a very large pink diamond. It's an oval cut, which is one of my favorites. It's a fancy pink argyle diamond pendant that is so beautiful. When you look at the video on this, you're just not going to believe how magnificent the color of this particular piece is. So again, we've got this phenomenal auction coming up on October the 21st. It's going to be very well received because we're going to be on Bloomberg, the financial show, 3 days prior to that. We anticipate that thousands and thousands of new clients will hear about H. Siegel Fine Auctions and either attend, and some will participate. But again, our pursuit of high net worth individuals is extremely important, and that's why we do what we do. So again, we can offer our diamonds worldwide, all over the world. So again, it's going to be a phenomenal auction. The diamond business is doing tremendously well. Anybody who's in to the rare diamond markets at this point has got a phenomenal asset. Again, an asset that does not decline in price and is not confusing like what's happening in the financial markets. It's a very succinct market in the extent that you own this outright. We ship it directly to you. So if you do end up owning one of the Tiffany diamond rings or pendants or necklaces, you've got an amazing piece that does nothing but go up in value. And again, now you have an avenue to resell it. So not only can you purchase and invest in these very rare and amazing diamonds, but you also have a way to resell them, because through H. Siegel Fine Auctions, we only make money when our clients make money. So basically, when you buy a diamond through my company, either Rare Color Diamonds or H. Siegel Fine Auctions, and you go to sell that down the road, again, we get 10% of the profit only. You get the rest. So if we don't do well for our clients, then we don't do well for ourselves. And believe me, I'm not in business to waste anybody's time. We've done extremely well in the diamond business, especially over the last decade. And judging by what's coming up, as Randy mentioned, there's one of the most expensive diamonds, if not the most expensive diamond ever to be auctioned, is going to be auctioned, I believe, next week, and it's this almost 60-carat vivid pink diamond. That's unheard of. To get a 5-carat vivid pink diamond today is nearly impossible. To have one that's 60 carats, they're saying that the diamond will sell for about $60 million. The chances are it could sell for closer to 100, because vivid pink argyle diamonds, especially one like not argyles, especially one that's internally flawless like this 59 and change carat that's coming up, you'll never see another diamond like that. That diamond could easily sell for $100 million and be the most expensive diamond ever sold at auction before. I'm sure that's going to be the case anyways. There's also a huge white diamond coming up for sale, over 100 carats. There's a gigantic blue diamond coming up that's going to sell for an absolute fortune. So, again, there's a reason why diamonds are going up in value. People that are conservative like we are not into the risky markets. To trade paper assets and stocks and those type of markets right now are extremely risky. You stand a chance of making money, but you also stand a good chance of losing your money. That doesn't happen in the rare diamond market. The other thing is that, so you don't get confused, not all diamonds are good investments. Actually, most diamonds are not. Typical white diamonds that are sold in jewelry stores are not something that you would buy as an investment unless it was a very high quality, deep, flawless diamond, of extremely high quality. Otherwise, most diamonds are not investments. Colored diamonds, to most extent, are, because they're so rare. 100,000 white diamonds or 100,000 carats of white diamonds will equal one colored diamond. If that colored diamond happens to be red, it's worth $3.5 to $4 million a carat for a diamond the size of your baby fingernail. Looking at a white diamond the size of your baby fingernail, about 1 carat, could be in the range of $4,000 or $5,000. So just because a diamond has turned red or blue, that diamond is now worth millions and millions of dollars as compared to the white diamonds that are plentiful. So again, we'd like to educate you. We own a company called rarecoloreddiamonds.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. It's a tremendous website that will educate you on the price of diamonds, give you the information you need to make an intelligent business decision. It will also show you our inventory of diamonds, and we've got museum quality pieces. So when you go to the loose diamond section on our website and look first of all at our yellow diamonds, you'll notice that all of our yellow diamonds are flawless, internally flawless diamonds. That's extremely important because they're the only ones that go up in value. If a yellow diamond is flawed, then they're more common and they don't go up anywhere near as much as a flawless yellow. We carry only the best colors and the best quality, so they go up by about 15% a year. When you compare that to putting your money in the bank, which we all know is no longer safe, and getting 2% on your money to own a diamond, hold on to it for 10 years, and that diamond goes from $20,000 to $80,000, you've got a real return on an investment. You've also got an investment that is portable private wealth that nobody knows that you own, that could be sold in other currencies, and we do all that for you. So we ship the diamond directly to you. You own it outright. Many of our clients put it into beautiful jewelry, wear it, enjoy it for the next 10 years, then give it back to us to sell, and we sell it on our auction business, which is 8 Siegel Fine Auctions, the only company of its kind. After the yellow diamonds comes the pink diamonds from the Argyle mine. They're the most sought-after diamonds in the world because the mine that produces 95% of them is going to close in the next 6 years. So if you're have money that you want to put away for the longer term, we recommend 10 years on these Argyle pinks. Let the mine close down, let all the diamonds be sold and gone, and when there's a shortage, which there will be, the prices just continue to skyrocket in price. In fact, these diamonds go up by about 15 or 20% a year. Again, compare it to what you're getting in the very risky stock markets or by putting your money in the bank at 2%, obviously 15 or 20% return is substantial and safe versus what you get in the other markets, which are much more risky, and you don't get the return. So, again, we're very excited about the diamond business, and the worse the world economy gets, the better and better the diamond business gets. So we don't see any end in sight. We see the diamond business continuing to grow and grow. Prices continue to go higher and higher as we see countries in Europe continue to fail, and we see problems in the U.S. continue. And as the U.S. dollar continues to fall due to the fact that they're printing so much money and the overall value of the dollar is dropping, again, it makes our diamonds even more valuable in Europe, and that's where we sell your diamonds so we can get a much higher price and a much stronger currency. So, again, Randy, with all the turmoil that's happening in the market, with the U.S. government shutting down, and with what's coming up in the next 2 weeks with the debt ceiling, and all the problems in Europe with unemployment and in the United States and everywhere, diamonds are just a very safe, wonderful investment that people get tremendous joy of ownership. And again, you don't open up your statement at the end of the month and see yourself losing money, because that doesn't happen in the rare color diamond market. So again, I hope everybody gets a chance to sign up for the auction. You can either participate or you can just watch. In actual fact, it's a lot of fun. It's very tempting. I do caution you, because it gets very exciting. It's a live auction on the internet in the comfort of your own home. That's never, ever been done before. So sign up for it. It's free. You're going to see some magnificent pieces, many of them Tiffany, and you're going to have an opportunity to own some beautiful investments that you can wear, enjoy, and then give back to us to sell at a profit for you. And don't forget, the pièce de résistance, is the Oprah Winfrey pink diamond necklace and matching earrings, which have never been sold as a pair before. And there's one other piece that's coming up, the last piece for sale. It's a 79 point, which is considered a huge pink diamond. It's an emerald cut, which is one of the rarest cuts of all. It's a fancy orangey pink, which is one of my favorite colors. My wife has a magnificent orangey pink diamond, and she will never let me sell that diamond. It's such a soft, beautiful orangey pink, and that's what this diamond is. It's huge, and it's magnificent. And just look at the video and the GI report, and this is definitely a piece that you're going to want to own. So, Randy, we're very excited. Again, we're coming up on Bloomberg on the 18th of October. Then the 21st, we're having one of the best auctions we've ever had.
And you mentioned your wife and her beautiful ring. We should say happy anniversary to you. It was your anniversary here a few days ago.
Well, thank you very, very much. I'm very proud to say that I've been married 31 years to the same woman. We only knew each other 2 weeks. You know, I met her when I came from Toronto down to Florida, and when I introduced myself as Harold Siegel, she laughed at me, and I took offense and said, "What's so funny?" And she said, "Well, that's my father's name." And 2 weeks later, we were married, and it's been 31 amazing years with 2 great sons and 3 phenomenal grandchildren. So I couldn't be happier. I married the right girl.
Well, congratulations, and she's got that ring on her finger. It is a beauty. Our featured diamond this week from rarecoloreddiamonds.com is a 2.30 carat hard-cut fancy yellow internally flawless. The beautiful thing about Harold's website, Rare Colored Diamonds, they have video of the diamonds, and it does a 360. We took a screenshot, a picture of it. We have the picture in our newsletter, but it really is at its best when you go to the website. And as Harold says, it's like going to a museum online and seeing the world's greatest diamonds you can invest in. But obviously, when you can have a loved one wear it on their finger, around their neck, on their ears, wherever, it just adds a whole other dynamic to this situation. Harold was on Money Moves. That was the program on Bloomberg. And Deirdre Bolton is the host of that show. When Harold put Liz Taylor's diamond necklace around Deirdre Bolton's neck, the glow and smile on her face is something that you don't see very often. She's usually talking about all sorts of things on Bloomberg, but she was so happy that day. And as Harold said, he'll be back on there on the 18th on Money Moves with Deirdre Bolton, and we'll give you times as we get closer to that. But this will be hsfineauctions.com 10th live auction, held October 21st, 2013, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. And we would encourage you to go to hsfineauctions.com, take a look at the catalog. And there are some stunning items there, as Harold was mentioning. We have the Oprah Winfrey necklace, which is absolutely stunning. No doubt there will be another bidding war for that. But if you've always wanted your own pink diamond, Harold, this is the auction, I think, where people will have that opportunity, because you have included some of the most beautiful pink diamonds we have ever seen.
Well, I'm very, very pleased with it. You know, our last auction, we had 17 Argyle pink diamonds. We had 2 Cartier diamond rings that were signed, and we had an orange diamond ring, and every diamond sold within 1 hour. So that's never, ever been done in auction history. Again, I'm very proud of the site that we built, along with our friends in Vancouver, Relentless Technologies. There's not another site in the world like it. And again, it works beautifully. It's real time. It's a half a second delay. It's extremely sophisticated. We've had as many as 500 people on the site at one time. If 3 people bid at exactly the same time, it will let us know exactly by 100th of a second or 1,000th of a second who actually won the bid. So it's a tremendous site. I'm extremely proud of it, and it's the only company of its kind. So again, this auction is going to be exciting. And again, as Randy was saying, when we put Elizabeth Taylor's 95-carat diamond necklace around her neck, the look on her face would be the same as if you put a beautiful diamond ring or one of our necklaces around your wife's neck or on her finger. So again, when a woman gets jewelry, good things happen, let me put it that way. So we're very, very excited about this auction coming up. Please attend it, whether you bid on it or whether you just observe for, future reference type of thing. It's going to be exciting. Again, we sell every piece live, and you're going to find it exciting as can be. So I couldn't be more excited about the diamond business. I'm very concerned about the world economy. I'm a Canadian living in the United States, and obviously concerned about the government shutting down and the debt ceiling and what's happening in the stock markets and everything, at this point. But the one solace, the one calm investment is the diamond market, and it seems to be doing better than any other investment at this time.
Speak with Harold, rarecolorediamonds.com. Take a look at our featured diamond. Go and sign up. Take a look at the catalog for H. Siegel Fine Auctions, hsfineauctions.com. Next auction, Monday, October 21st, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. And I think the key is, Harold said, if you just want to dip your toe in the water, you can. Just sign up, be a part of it. You do not have to bid until you feel 100% comfortable. But take a look at the catalog. I know that a lot of people who have been waiting to have their own pink diamond will want to take a look at the pinks and take a look at that Oprah Winfrey, not only the necklace, but there are Oprah diamonds, diamond earrings that go along with it. Absolutely stunning, and no doubt the person who gets the necklace will want the diamond earrings as well. hsfineauctions.com, rarecolorediamonds.com. Harold recommends one company when it comes to investing in precious metals. That is Worldwide Precious Metals. Canadian company, been in business for over 10 years. The experts to trust and work with in this very specialized market. And start your own precious metals investment account today. All gold is either allocated either wholesale or premium. They're there to help you maximize the profit, minimize the risk. You will have instant liquidity in and out of the market with just a phone call, 24/7 online access. The metal can be stored on your behalf, insured to the full value of your investment. Ask about domestic or foreign storage and premium storage in specific coin and bar form. Stored metal is outside the banking system. And the metal can be delivered to your door if you want to take physical possession of the physical gold, silver, platinum, palladium that you have. And Worldwide has worldwide access to the metals that you want. They're going to be in Toronto, October 21st through the 23rd. They're offering free private information sessions on investing in the ultimate hard currency, gold and silver. To book your free session, call 1-866-623-2002 or sign up online at wwpmc.com. And this is a seminar that would normally cost $500 to $1,000. It's about the Canadian banking system. An accountant has spent hundreds of hours going through the books of the Canadian banks. He's done it for different countries around the world, and he's putting on a free seminar for you and Worldwide Precious Metals. Depositors lost 47.5% of their money in Cyprus. Could a bail-in happen in Canada? The truth about the Canadian banking system, Tuesday, October 22nd, 6 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn. Register for this free seminar, 1-866-623-2002, or sign up online, wwpmc.com. We have approximately a minute to go in our show. And Harold, it was a very strange week. I put our newsletter together every week, and the information flow is usually very strong. And it was strange to see, going to different sites and sources, how slow it was, because not only is the government shut down and everyone wondering what's going to happen, even with the debt ceiling coming up here on the 17th, but they're sort of on an information flow front. It was very quiet, too.
Well, it certainly was. And again, I just don't think that they're giving us, information because they don't want to spook everybody and scare everybody. But I'll tell you, the shutdown is really going to leave a mark type of thing, because all the parks are closed, Yosemite and everything, and all the parks up here in Colorado. So there's a huge loss of income. You've got over 1 million people on furlough not getting paid. They're petrified. It's the Christmas holidays and the holidays coming up. It's just not a good thing. I think that at this point here, there's almost a hush, Randy, because you're 100% right. You should have seen a tremendous amount of information coming out, and there was very little this week. So you did an amazing job getting the information that you did. You really had to dig to get it, but it's an excellent newsletter. You really need to be informed as to what's going on in the world right now in order to make the right decision, and I think our newsletter definitely helps you get that.
Thank you very much, Harold Siegel.
It's my pleasure. I wish everybody a wonderful weekend and a very profitable day.
Connect with Harold, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022, hsfineauctions.com. Next auction, October 21st, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. And connect with Worldwide Precious Metals, wwpmc.com, 1-866-623-2002. That's it. Another edition of the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall. We will talk to you next week.